So this is where you realise that all of those mince pies was a bad idea.
Absolutely. It's I tend not to ask Chris to take my jackets out when I start to put a few quid on, because that becomes my new reality.
How long have you been coming here?
Chris, I've been 20 since 97.
Wow.
So 20 odd years.
Well, whilst Chris is just fitting you up, so tell me, you've now left the law and you set your own business up.
Yeah.
Convivia.
Absolutely. Well, I actually didn't really leave the law. I've sort of stepped away full time from the law. So I do and can do the occasional case of interest, or if I need to, there are some legacy bits and pieces that I still need to take care of. So, for example, I did a murder some years ago, which came up for an appeal pretty recently. So I had to get back involved in that. And these types of things happen. So I haven't left it, but I've kind of left it, if you know what I mean. And I'm coming back.
And Convivia, your new venture. Talk to me.
Yeah, so the whole idea behind Convivia is a sort of integrated prop tech company. So we do everything from sort of cradle to grave, for a property business. So we on the face of it, we appear to be a developer, a property developer, but it's a bit more than that. What we're trying to do really is to revolutionise public housing and the way it looks. Some people call it social housing. I don't like the title social housing. It's not a title we use, and in fact, it's a title I've banned from the office, because it just sort of has connotations that come with it. When people think social housing, they think sort of low level, average quality, and that's exactly what we're not. So we're trying to sort of reinvent it. So you've got very high quality buildings where you bring community into it. Convivia is all about conviviality. So it's about bringing people together, wining together, dining together, and building community. And the idea behind it is, if I can create an environment where my kids and your kids play together, me and you won't fight. And then we really start to encourage community in a proper sense. And we use the building infrastructure to build that community and enable people to improve their lives. So that's what, in a nutshell, Convivia is all about, really. So
amazing.
Yeah.
So, Roy, I'm guessing back when you were practicing law every day, your life was pretty much governed by the rules and regulations that you had to abide by.
Yeah.
How important is a routine in your new role, and have you taken anything from your old role that you would preach to your current team now?
Yeah, I think that the disciplines are slightly different. In becoming a lawyer, it's not, it's a pretty routine path, right? It's a pedestrian path. You do this, you do that, you elevate step by step, stage by stage, and you follow that process, and you get to where you want to go to. What I'm trying to do now is slightly different, in that I'm trying to sort of do the impossible in many respects. So you need to double down on the disciplines. So what I do now, and have done for a number of years, is religiously, for example, wake up at 5 a.m. And why I do that is because I get my disciplines in very early on. If you start your disciplines very early on in the day, you're more likely to carry on with your disciplines, because disciplines affect disciplines. It's infectious. If you wake up at 5 o'clock, you're probably going to eat well for breakfast. If you train early in the morning, you're probably not going to eat nonsense at lunchtime. So it all keeps on. So that's something I do religiously. I whether I want to wake up, which is usually not the case. I fight with myself. Today was a pretty good day. I didn't have to have a word with myself, but usually I'm having a word with myself at 5 a.m, trying to sort of, get myself to get up. But that's something that I do, as I say, every day, and it's more to exercise the mind, because I wake up at 5 o'clock and train, and I'll do a grueling, horrible session where I'm out there sort of trying to kill myself on the bike or on a rowing machine, and I'll really push it as hard as I can, not because I want to do it, but again, it's a mindset thing. I try and get comfortable being uncomfortable, and try and suffer every day. I suffer every morning, because in order to get from here to up here, to really push the boundaries, it's going to take a lot of overcoming of pain and suffering. So I just suffer routinely. So when it's difficult to try and achieve certain things, I'm not going to be taken by the blows of adversity. It's normal. I take it like, I always say I chew glass and grass just the same. I'm a Capricorn, by the way, and it's like that goat mentality. It makes no difference. Adversity is the difference between sort of being really successful and just sort of averaging out. So suffering and adversity is something that I build into my daily routine. If that makes sense. In a crazy kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've mentioned your mind philosophy and your mind routine. I'm keen to hear more on this. Yeah. I think we need to sit down and have a coffee.
Yeah, no worries.
And so once Chris has told you that you've you're all good to go. We'll head for a coffee.
That sounds good to me.